Welcome to Para That's Not Normal. And if this is your first time stopping by, I'm Robin. So what's my favorite seal? My favorite seal is for protection. And if anybody who's a ghost hunter out there wants the ultimate protection against demons, it would be King Solomon's seal. And mine is in a hefty necklace, just as so. But here's how the story goes. So King Solomon was the next in line to rule, and he didn't feel like he was ready to rule, but he was the chosen one to rule. From as David's son, he was chosen, and he asked the heavens. He's like, please, if I'm going to be ruling, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing, I need divine help. So Gabriel came and visited him and gave him the wisdom to discern between wicked and the deserving. And also, he was informed that he is to rule over the terrestrial and the celestial. Therefore, he was physical, earth, and everything in spirit to rule. So basically what happened was he was given the task of building a temple to house the Ark of the Covenant. And this was a huge undertaking, and it was a very important task. So basically what happened was he employed many men from the kingdom, and one time one of the young men who he gave a lot of gold to and a lot of good food was looking scrawny and kind of poor. And he's like, I don't understand. I give you so much money and so much food. Why do you look like this? Why are you acting like you're hungry? And he's like, because in the middle of the night, a demon comes in and steals my food and steals my gold. And he's like, well, you know what? Next time, and he had a ring, and this is Solomon's ring that has this seal on it. He goes, the next time you see that demon, you take this ring, and he gives him the ring. He says, you throw it at him, and you tell him to come see me. And so the little boy did that. And the demon appeared before King Solomon. And this is where you get into where Solomon has the wisdom. He jots it all down on how to evoke spirits. And the spirits of Solomon, which are demons, mainly to do his bidding, because he was punishing them essentially by making them work for him. So what he did is he called each one, all 72 of them that end up in the Goesha, and says, what's your business? Who do you have a problem with? And each one says, I'm so-and-so, like I'm Asmodeus, I'm responsible for this, and I have a problem with this angel. And each has a corresponding angel that they have a problem with. So at this point, this is where it divides out, and you have your beings that will work with low frequencies and your beings that will work with high frequencies. And then, King Solomon's ceremonial magic that evokes those beings to do those things. So basically what happens is he jots it down and creates like a directory, which ends up feeding into the Goesha later, and employs them to work on the temple. So that is how the stones were cut in such ways that were just mind-blowing, that no human would be able to do the things that they were able to do in the time frame that they did it in. It was supposed to be the most magnificent structure. And at the very end, he took all the 72 demons and he put them in a bottle, and he put his seal on the top of the bottle. I can't remember if it was wax, but iron is definitely used against the demons. But so it might have been iron and wax, but basically threw it in a lake. And then what happened was there's some people that came along. They eventually found this bottle, saw King Solomon's seal, and know of the great treasures that King Solomon has, because he had so much gold, that they basically opened up the bottle and let all the demons out. that's a story. That's how King Solomon's seal is like the ultimate in protection. And if you ever feel dicey, like, you know, you got something really bad around you, one of the things you can do is use Solomon's seal. So that's my favorite seal. And I absolutely am fascinated with these ancient mysteries, and then that just leads up to knowledge has been passed down over all the years from master masons and such that you know, in the Knights Templar that went and under the ruins of the temple and the Temple Mount, and it's all, everything's all tied together. Trust me on this. It's fascinating when you dig into it. So, that's my favorite seal. And I want to thank you for watching. And I'm going to show you much of the Solomon stuff. It's fascinating. And it's effective. Very effective. But once you start opening up to this, just know that you are open. Actually, Citri made himself appear before me in human form and in animal form, and I didn't call him. I didn't do anything. It's just when you start studying this stuff, things happen. And the strange thing is, there was no harm intended. I didn't feel threatened. If anything, it felt protective, which is mind-blowing because of how you're raised to think. And then you got to start thinking about how there's low frequency and high frequency, and there's law of polarity, and everything has its polar opposites. And sometimes I just really think that these celestial beings, they're meant to deal with people on a low frequency, and sometimes if you see them, they're making themselves known to you, it's because people around you may be of low frequency and drawing them, and you're receptive. So I have had a run-in, but it was a positive run-in and nothing negative, which opens my eyes. So thank you and take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.